Everyone thought Adewale and Clara had the perfect marriage until an accident left him crippled and exposed her true heart. She humiliated him in front of their maid, mocked his manhood, and treated him like a burden. But what happened between Adewale, his wife, and the quiet maid shook the entire estate. Especially when the maid did something that no one saw coming. Adewale had everything a man could ever want: a thriving business empire, cars, a mansion in Lekki, and a woman so beautiful that men whispered behind his back, "She's too fine to be loyal." But Adewale never believed that. He loved Clara with all his heart. They were the power couple. She handled PR and events, he ran logistics and finance. Together, they looked unstoppable. Until the day that changed everything. The accident. It was raining. Adewale was driving back from a charity event he insisted they sponsor. Clara had stayed behind to party with her girls. He never made it home that night. 3 weeks in the ICU. 2 surgeries. A prognosis: permanently paralyzed from the waist down. When Clara finally visited, her first words were, "So, this is it? You're going to be in a chair forever." She didn't cry. Not once. At first, Adewale tried to understand. Maybe she was in shock. Maybe she was processing. But things got worse. Back home, Clara became colder. Crueler. She redecorated the house, removed every photo of their wedding. She made Amaka, their young, quiet maid, start serving only her meals separately. One morning, Adewale rolled himself to the dining room and tried to eat at the table. Clara laughed. Loudly. "Why are you dragging that chair like you're a king? Sit on the floor if you must." Amaka stood frozen, eyes wide. That night, Adewale couldn't sleep. He heard her phone buzz. A message popped up: "Baby, I miss you already." Face throwing a kiss. She was cheating. And she didn't even care to hide it. A week later, Clara went out to another party. Amaka came to clean his room. Adewale, frustrated, lashed out. "Why are you here? To pity me too? Or spy for her?" Amaka didn't flinch. She sat down beside him. Quiet. Calm. "No, sir. I'm just worried about you. This isn't who you are." Adewale looked into her eyes. For the first time in weeks, someone had seen him, not the wheelchair. They didn't kiss. But the air changed that night. There was a softness. A closeness. A spark neither of them admitted. 2 days later, Adewale overheard Clara talking to someone on the phone. "The only reason I'm still here is because his money hasn't finished. Once the last house is sold, I'm done." He wheeled himself out and said nothing. Just stared at her. She stared back with zero shame. "Oh, you heard that? Good. Maybe now you'll realize how pathetic you are." Then she did the unthinkable. She slapped him. Hard. Right in front of Amaka. Amaka rushed in to protect him. "Ma! That's too much. He's your husband." Clara turned and slapped Amaka too. "Stay out of grown people's business, you little bush girl." Amaka packed her things that night and left. 3 weeks later, Clara left for a healing trip to Dubai. She needed to breathe. While she was gone, Amaka returned, but not as a maid. Adewale hired her as his personal care assistant. She cooked, talked with him, sat beside him during physical therapy. Then it happened. One afternoon, while trying to shift on the bed, he felt something. "My foot. Amaka, I think I felt something." They called the doctor. A miracle, partial nerve recovery. Weeks passed. He moved his legs. Then walked with help. One night, after standing with assistance, he kissed Amaka. Soft. Honest. Careful. "I'm sorry," he whispered. Amaka shook her head. You're just finally seen. That's not something to be sorry for. They didn't rush anything. But love grew, quiet and real. Clara returned, full of shopping bags and attitude. But what she saw made her drop everything. Adewale was standing. Amaka was by his side. And a lawyer was waiting in the living room. "You're walking," she stammered. "Yes. Not because of you. Despite you." He handed her the divorce papers. Clara screamed, cried, threatened, but it was too late. Adewale had moved on. And the maid she once called useless? She became the new lady of the house. Never disrespect a person when they're down. Because when they rise, they may no longer need you. Amaka and Adewale later got married. Quietly. Peacefully. No loud wedding. Just love. She helped him start a charity for disabled entrepreneurs. And together, they built something stronger than any house. A home. If this story moved you, don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, share and comment interesting story in the comments.